Hey, welcome. So today we are diving into a concept that, let's be honest, we all think we get, but we often get wrong: power. We tend to picture it as just raw strength or tons of money or a fancy title, but that's really just scratching the surface. It really makes you wonder, right? Where does real, lasting power actually come from? The kind of influence that truly shapes societies, the kind that can literally change the course of history. It's a question that goes so much deeper than just who has the biggest army or the most cash. And here's the thing, the answer isn't what you probably think it is. It's not one thing. It's actually more like a ladder. Yeah, a kind of hidden architecture of influence. And it has 5 distinct levels. Each one is more powerful and way more invisible than the one before it. So in this explainer, we're going to climb that ladder one rung at a time. Okay, so to get this, we have to start from the absolute ground floor. We're going to build this idea from scratch, starting with the most basic, most gut-level form of power, one that every single one of us has already used. This is level 1. We're calling it direct power, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the power that lives right inside of you. It's your raw, personal ability to make something happen with your own body, your own mind, your own personality. The key here? You don't need anyone's permission to use it. It's yours. I mean, think about it. Your physical strength lets you move a heavy box. The money in your wallet lets you buy a coffee right now. A skill you have, like coding or cooking, lets you create something out of nothing. Even your own personal charisma can quiet a room and get people to listen. It's immediate. It's direct cause and effect. And this is a huge but. Direct power has a fatal flaw. It's trapped. It's stuck inside your own body, and it only exists in the present moment. You can't be in 2 places at once, right? And you get tired. The second you walk out of that room or fall asleep, poof, that power's gone. It just doesn't scale. So if you want to get past the limits of level 1, you have to find a way to get power from other people. And as we're about to see, there are 2 totally different ways to do that. One is basically borrowed, and the other has to be earned. And that brings us right up to level 2, positional power. This is the power that comes with a title, with a role. Think of a manager or a judge or a police officer. People listen to them, not really because of who they are as a person, but because of the uniform they wear or the fancy office they sit in. You're basically borrowing authority from a larger institution. And this really gets to the heart of the problem with it. Positional power is super fragile. The moment you get fired or you retire or you lose that title for any reason, the power just evaporates. The respect was for the role, not for you. Someone else comes along, sits in that chair, and now the power is all theirs. Now, contrast that with level 3, relational power. This is totally different. This is influence that you actually earn. This is when people follow you not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. They trust you, they respect your reputation, they value the connection they have with you. This kind of power, it grows slowly, It's all about consistency, building real connections, and showing up for people over time. And because this power is attached to you as a person, it doesn't disappear if you lose your job. Your network, your reputation, that stuff moves with you. It's yours to keep. So the difference is pretty stark when you lay it out. Positional power comes from an institution. Relational power comes from people. One is just given to you, appointed. The other has to be earned, which means one is incredibly fragile and the other is so much more resilient. It's command versus connection. But hey, even this earned power isn't perfect. It has a weakness too. It needs constant maintenance. It takes work. Just like any friendship, right? Relationships fade if you don't give them attention. Trust can be broken in an instant. If you stop investing your time and energy, that power will slowly wither away. All right, now we climb higher. We're getting to the most powerful, most potent levels of all. And these are different. They're not about what you can do personally or even who you know. No, these are about the invisible systems and forces that shape our entire reality, often without us having any clue. So just imagine this for a second. What if you could set up a system where power worked for you, automatically, 24/7, whether you were even there or not? Well, that is level 4, structural power. This is power that is literally built into the architecture of our society. It's baked into the rules, the laws, the institutions. The system itself is actually designed to produce certain outcomes, to favor certain people, and to keep advantages going, all on its own. And this stuff is everywhere. Think about how zoning laws can wall off neighborhoods by wealth,
or how school funding that's tied to local property taxes gives some kids a huge head start, or how algorithms are deciding what news and information you even get to see. The scary part? No single person has to actively enforce it. The structure just does the work by itself.
But here's the crucial thing to remember. As durable as this kind of power is, it's not permanent. It's not invincible. After all, it was built by people, and that means it can be taken apart by people. Laws can be changed, institutions can be reformed, the rules can be rewritten.
Okay, now listen to this idea for a second. This is the doorway to the final and by far the most profound level of power. A level where you don't just control what people do, you actually control what they believe is right. And here it is, the top of the ladder. Level 5, ideological power. This is the power to shape what a society considers common sense. It's the ability to define the stories we tell ourselves, the cultural myths we live by, the core beliefs about what's true or normal or good. When you have this power, you don't need to force anyone to do anything because they will enforce your worldview for you. This power is all around us. It's in religions that guide the daily lives of billions. It's in the idea of patriotism that convinces people to fight and die for lines on a map. It's in the media, which frames what we should care about. This is the level of power that makes people defend the systems we just talked about, even when those systems might be hurting them, because they truly believe they're defending what's right, what's just, or what's natural. So, wow, after climbing this entire ladder, from the very bottom to the very top, what have we actually found? Well, we've got a complete playbook. It's a brand new lens for seeing how influence and power really work in the world all around us. So let's just run through them one last time. We started at level 1, direct power, the power inside you. Then we moved up to 2, positional power, from a role you hold, and 3, relational power, from your network. Then we hit the invisible systems, 4, structural power, from the rules of the game, and finally, at the very top, 5, ideological power, the power of belief itself. And all of that, it leaves us with one final, unavoidable question. Now that you can see this architecture, now that you can see the strings behind the curtain, take a good look around, in your life, in your job, in your country, and ask yourself, who's pulling them?